Hey you guys, as promised, I'm back with another update to my faith journey, and I'm gonna do my best not to leave out anything because there's a lot that I want to kind of talk about on today. But first, disclaimer before y'all get on to me about still having these braids in my head, because I know I totally told y'all on yesterday to hold me accountable if y'all saw me with those braids beyond yesterday. And so, but your girl got a good excuse, okay? So yesterday got extremely busy. I had made plans to like wrap up my door dashing at a certain time so that I can take it in, so that I could go ahead and take the braids out, wash my hair, because I plan to wear my hair natural, because your girl is trying to conquer that goal of being in the gym. So ain't no point in me blow drying flat ironing my hair just to sweat it out. So I had a plan, y'all. Like, that was my plan. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna stop. Well, DoorDash ended up having me on the other side of town on yesterday. I somehow ended up in Irvine, California, then in Newport Beach. And then I had to pull over at one point to jump onto this Zoom call for to speak with the organizer of the women's empowerment event that I'm going to be a panelist on next month. Which, side note, I'm waiting on an updated flyer, but I will be posting it on my social media handles as soon as I have that. I would absolutely love you guys' support. It is a virtual and in-person event. I will be on the virtual panel. And the in-person event is actually in Hempstead, New York, which is interesting because that's where I was born at. But when I came across the event, I was thinking that it was in California, because when I was searching on Eventbrite, I was searching for local events based on my location. So I totally did not know, but I found it to be very ironic. And the organizer of that event, her name is Josephine. She has just been phenomenal. She's just been so positive. She's been like really, to have someone that don't even really know you like that, but the way that she's just pouring into me and letting me know that she sees my value and so forth, like words can't express how much that means to me. And so but anyway, so yeah, so that's what my day kind of looked like on yesterday. And so I had a whole plan of, okay, this is what time I'm gonna wrap things up so that I could take it in a little bit earlier. Well, on my way, because I wasn't in the same area where I'm staying at, I had a good bit of a drive. And on my way in, Stephanie had sent me the link to jump onto the group Bible study call that she does. She leads every Monday. And so I'm like, okay, I want to participate in that because I jumped on the one from last Monday. And so yeah, it started at 7 p.m. and my GPS was telling me that I was going to get there like literally a few minutes before 7 p.m. So I'm like, perfect. And because the parking is so insane, like where she stays at, then she literally had to save me a parking spot. And she was going to have to come down and so we can swap out parking spaces. But unfortunately, the traffic was trafficking yesterday in California. I think it might even be a little bit worse than Atlanta traffic. And so I didn't get there in time. Like, I didn't get there by 7 o'clock. And so at that point, I'm like, well, I didn't want to interrupt her because she's leading the call. And so then I decide, like, okay, let me go get me something to eat and let me just chill in the car and participate in the Bible study group. And the conversation was amazing. Like, yeah, it was just really amazing. It blessed me so much last night. And but needless to say, we didn't finish up until after 9 o'clock. And at that point, I was extremely tired because I got up before 5 a.m. to get my day started. And I'm like, yeah, ain't no way I'm going to take out these braids. And so y'all just keep in mind that your girl is trying to conquer these goals. Like, I went to the gym again this morning and I try to get at least 45 minutes to an hour in. I'm doing cardio, I'm doing weightlifting, I'm doing like ab stuff and all the things. And so, I'm being very intentional about that. And so I started my day off great yesterday and today. But let me just say a few things about California, y'all. Like, I got a little bit of venting to get off my chest when it comes to California. So I have come to realize that California has got to be one of the most non-public restroom having states, y'all. Like, I'm talking about, yes, I'm outdoor dashing, so I'm constantly stopping by restaurants, but almost all these restaurants have like locks or codes to get into the restroom. And so now I gotta like wait for someone to like give me access to the bathroom and so forth. And y'all, one of my goals that I made was for me to increase my water intake, but it's a struggle because now I gotta pee so frequently. Like, I'm steadily having to go to the bathroom. And when I gotta go, I gotta go. And now at this point, I'm like, Lord, please don't let me pee on myself, because like, it's a hassle just trying to be able to get access to a public restroom nowadays in California. And so that's one of the struggles. Another struggle is this California sun is so disrespectful. Like, it is beaming so much that it makes it challenging for me to even do these videos, because I have to prop my phone up on this little holster, and the sun, because the sun is beaming down on my phone is overheating, it's glitching. So a lot of times I can't even get through the video to kind of post my content for you guys. Like, it's crazy. So if anybody know, like, of anything I can buy, like, I'm having to put the AC on and blow, and I'm anemic, so your girl be cold. I ain't got time to be freezing myself because I'm trying to cool off my phone just to be able to post a video and post content for y'all. Like, y'all, the struggle is really real. Like, I'm like, why California? But anyway, aside from that, I wanted to talk about destiny helpers, and I want to just say, like, how God is just really blessing me with people. Like, I think that sometimes we take for granted, like, we don't realize the blessing by just community and people and new connections and so forth. And so, just a side note, like, I met the host that was hosting the event that I spoke at on Friday. His name is Akila. Great energy, great, amazing. Like, just when I heard him speaking, and he's a comedian, and so just super funny, but the positivity and just the energy, like, I just love the energy. And so it very, like, educated. And, you know, like, we kind of connected because he was like, you know, I could plug you in with some people, tell you the ins and outs and so on and so forth. And I'm like, okay, that's dope. So we were talking on yesterday, and I was telling him about the whole bathroom thing. And so he explained to me that the reason why it's like that is because in California, like, because the homelessness is so bad. So he's like, you know, they do that because there's a lot of homeless people. There are a lot of veterans and, like, the disabled and stuff like that. And so, you know, it's to kind of, like, keep out the extra people and stuff like that. So that's why they have it, like, locked or access codes and so forth. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. But back to destiny helpers. So before I actually left home, during my time of prayer, fasting, and consecration with the Lord was already talking to me and telling me that, like, there was going to be supernatural debt cancellation, supernatural provision, and all these things. And he kept speaking to me about destiny helpers. Like, there are going to be people that's going to be placed in my path that are going to come along and, like, help me with my destiny, help me reach the place. Like, they're going to be like a resource. And I think in my mind, because when you think of, like, when God is calling you to a thing or to do something and so forth, and then I'm thinking about all these debts that I have, I'm thinking about the fact that I don't have a job, I don't have, like, a consistent income right now. So I'm like, in order, this gonna have to be like a miracle. Like, this must gonna be some wealthy, real wealthy destiny helpers. I think in my mind, that's what I was thinking, because I was thinking, like, that's what it's gonna take in order to get me to my destiny or get me to be operating in the thing that God is calling me to do. But as I've been here and God is really changing my perspective, and I'm realizing that, like, all the people that I have connected with, and he has, that whose paths I have crossed or have crossed my paths during this journey, like, those are my destiny helpers. And, you know, I had to ask God to forgive me for just, like, expecting, I don't know, like, my expectations were just all off as it relates to that. And the thing is like, it doesn't necessarily have to be people that are wealthy financially, but wealthy spiritually. You know what I'm saying? Like, how are they in terms of spiritual wise? And so the one thing I realized is, like, everybody I've encountered has really been wealthy from a spiritual perspective. And I'm just so thankful and so grateful. Like, you're talking about people that will pray with you and for you, and just really grounded and rooted, like people that are in alignment, and they're walking out, you know, they're pursuing their purpose. They're doing what God is calling them. They're all, each one of them are chosen vessels. They're walking in the light that God has called them to. And that is such a blessing to me, you know. And the one thing I'm seeing is just how doors are just opening. And, like, lately, like, I ain't even been consumed with the discomfort of the journey. Like, I'm just like, God just, like, put this deposit of joy and peace within me. He's given me this boldness, this confidence, like, especially within, like, the past week or so. I'm just like, I'm really beginning to embrace the journey and embrace where I'm at, and embrace the people that God is aligning me with. Like, even with the organizer of the Women's Empowerment event, she's plugged me in with another lady that actually lives out here in California, and I'll be speaking with her today at 1 p.m. So the way that the doors are just opening, the opportunities are coming forth, and it's so effortless. And so I'm realizing, like, these are the destiny helpers that the Lord was talking about. And so I just wanted to share that with you guys. That's the update that I have for you all. I hope and pray that if this video reached your timeline, it reached you in great spirits and in great health. My name is Carissa. I love you guys. I'll be back with another update soon.